All right, let's talk about something really important. Sexual harassment. It's a phrase we hear all the time, but what does it actually mean? And more importantly, what can you do about it? We're going to break it all down because understanding your rights is a huge first step in making sure everyone feels safe and respected.
Look, I get it. This can be a really uncomfortable, kind of awkward topic to discuss, but sticking with it is so important because knowledge is seriously powerful. When you know what's okay and what's not, you have the power to protect yourself and help make things better for everyone around you.
So, let's start with the basics. Section 1. What even is sexual harassment? We're going to get into the real definition to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, that term gets thrown around a lot, right? But what does it actually mean when you get right down to it? Let's look at the official definition so we know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, so at its heart, it's any kind of unwanted behavior that's connected to someone's body or gender. And, this is the key part, it makes that person feel bad. Embarrassed, uncomfortable, scared, or just plain disrespected. And remember, this isn't just a face-to-face thing. It can happen online, in texts, on social media, anywhere. It all comes down to the impact it has.
If you're ever trying to figure it out, just think of it like a little mental checklist. 3 key things to remember. Is it unwanted? Does it make someone uncomfortable? And does it have some kind of sexual or inappropriate vibe to it? If you're nodding yes to those, then yeah, it's probably harassment.
To make it even easier to spot, we can actually break harassment down into 3 main types. So let's dive into what those are: visual, verbal, and physical.
First up, we've got visual harassment. And just like it sounds, this is all about stuff that you see. Now, what's so important to get here is that no one even has to touch you for it to be harassment. We're talking about things like someone showing you inappropriate pictures on their phone, staring at your body in a way that makes your skin crawl, or making rude or gross gestures. All of that stuff counts. Here's a perfect example you probably see all the time. Someone thinks it's hilarious to show another student an inappropriate meme. To them, it might be just a joke. But if that image is unwanted and makes the other person uncomfortable, it absolutely crosses the line.
Okay, number 2, verbal harassment. This one is all about words, and it doesn't matter if they're spoken out loud, written down, or sent in a DM.
This can look like a lot of different things. Inappropriate comments about someone's body, making weird, suggestive noises, asking super personal questions that are just not okay. But a huge piece of this is persistence. If someone keeps going after they've been told to stop, that's a massive red flag.
Think about this, because it happens constantly online. Somebody sends a flirty message. You don't respond. So they send another one, and another. That pressure, that refusal to stop when you're clearly not interested, is what turns it into harassment. Remember this, no response doesn't mean try harder. It means stop.
And that brings us to our third and final category, physical harassment. This one is about unwanted contact, or someone getting way too close and invading your personal space.
Now, to be super clear, this isn't only about something like a physical assault. It can be anything that makes you uncomfortable, like someone touching your hair without asking, grabbing your clothes, blocking you from walking down the hall, or just standing uncomfortably close. It's all about respecting that personal bubble we all have.
So picture this, a classmate puts their arm around you. The first time, maybe it was just an awkward mistake. But if you say, hey, please don't do that, it makes me uncomfortable, and then they do it again, well, that's not an accident anymore. That's them ignoring your boundary, and that is harassment.
Okay, this next part is a big one. The line between flirting and harassment. Where is it? This is where things can get really confusing for people, so let's make it crystal clear.
The easiest way to think about it is this. Flirting is like a fun game of catch. Both people are in on it, it feels good, it's respectful. If someone looks unsure or wants to stop, the game stops. No big deal. Harassment, though, that's like one person just chucking dodgeballs at someone who never agreed to play. It's totally one-sided, it's unwanted, and it keeps going even when someone says stop. It's all about mutual respect.
So, we know what harassment looks like. Now for the most important question. What can you actually do about it? This last part is all about taking action. Here's a simple 3-step game plan. Number 1, and this is the most critical, tell a trusted adult. A parent, a teacher, a school counselor, someone you know will listen and help. Number 2, and listen closely, if, and only if, you feel safe, you can tell the person directly to stop. And third, be an ally. If you see it happening to someone else, don't just stand there, support them.
And let's get one thing straight. Reporting harassment is not tattling or snitching, not even close. This is about safety. It's about protecting yourself, and it's also about protecting other people from having the same thing happen to them. When you speak up, you're helping make the entire community safer.
So that brings us to the end, with one last question for you to think about. Now that you have this knowledge, what are you going to do with it? Think about just one small thing you can do, starting today, to help build a more respectful community where you are. Because that's how we make a real difference, together.